In this video, we're going to talk about components. And over the next few videos, we're going to create various components, and I'm going to show you how they work together, and we're going to give some styling to them, HTML, and make them look nice. All right? So let's go ahead, and I'm going to close the terminal. It's still running, but I'm going to hide it. So I'm going to press Control Backtick again, and it hides it, but it's still running our page. And what I want to do is I want to get rid of all the code that is in our HTML file here. So let's go to app.component.html, just select everything and delete, press save. And if we go ahead and look at our page, looks like I have closed it. So let's open that up again. You can see it's blank, okay? So in our app component, I think we should have two main pieces, a nav bar as well as the body of our page, so that when we navigate to different pages, the content within the page changes. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new component. I'm actually going to open up the terminal again, and I'm going to press this little button up here, which will split the terminal and create another one. So we can continue to run the application while doing this. So I'm going to type ng generate component, and we're going to name it nav for navbar. Now press enter. This is going to quickly create our new component for us. It appears that I typed in something wrong. I see where I went wrong. Component nav. There we go. Now, if you want a shorthand way of doing this, you can simply type ng, G for generate, C for component, and the name of it. But for now, we'll just type it out. So you can see here, it created a variety of files, and it modified some files. So let's go and take a look at what it created. Inside of our app folder here, you can now see we have a nav folder. And inside of that, we have these same files again. We have the CSS, the HTML, the spec.ts, and the TS. And you're going to have this for each component. So not only did it create those, but if we look at the app.module.ts, it also modified this on its own. You can see it imported the nav component and declared the nav component for us. So we don't have to change any of the code in here. So now what we need to do is first let's look at our nav component. You can see it's already got some HTML. It just says nav works. What we want to do is we want to put our nav component on our main page. So let's go to our app.component.html. And here we need to put the tag that's linked to our nav component so it will display it. Everything, all the code that we write is going to go into this app.component. This is kind of the outermost shell, because if you remember, when we go to the, where is it? Index.html, you can see it's running the app root, and everything is inside the app root. Okay, and that's the tag for the app component. Well, the nav component has its own tag also, and we can see that if we go to nav.component.ts. Right here, you can see that the selector says app-nav. So what we need to do in our app component HTML is write app-nav and close it. That's all we need to do. Now we press save, and let's take a look at our page. You can see it says nav works because it's stored our component now in here, in our app component, which it was already displaying. Okay, now let's create our body component. Okay, Same thing again. Open up the terminal, type ng generate component. I'm going to spell it right this time. And we're going to call this body, the body of the page. Press enter, and it's going to quickly create our files for us. And again, update the app module.ts. And I'm sorry, there's a lot of very long file names, so I hope you guys don't get confused. If you do get a little confused, just go back and rewatch parts of the video that you need. So again, we need to put our body component into our app component so that it is displayed. So open up the app component. And this time we're going to do app-body, because if you look at the TypeScript file, you'll see, oh, sorry, that's the nav. The TypeScript file for the body, you'll see that the selector by default is called app-body. Essentially, rule of thumb, it's going to be app- whatever the name of the component is. But feel free to change it again. Okay, now let's save this and take a look here. And we have bodyworks now. So we're running two components, two separate bits of code on this page that can be changed dynamically. And over the next few videos, we're going to actually make these look like something that we want to use. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of fun with HTML and CSS, and I'll see you in the next video.